iNews Views, August 9th. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. Theodore Roosevelt. August 6th marks 70 years since the atomic bomb named Little Boy was dropped on Hiroshima to help end World War II. About 60,000 people were killed instantly, and another 200,000 died from the effects of exposure to radiation. Thousands of people, including Prime Minister Abe and other dignitaries from 100 countries, attended a solemn ceremony at 6:30 a.m. in Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, the original time and site of the bombing in 1945. 3 days later, on August 9, 1945, a bomb dubbed Fat Man killed 40,000 more in Nagasaki. Mitsubishi Materials forced Chinese slave laborers to work at their factory during World War II, but their survivors will receive 100,000 renminbi each as compensation for their labor. The company will make similar apologies to former POWs in the UK, the Netherlands, and Australia. The company has already apologized to the U.S. prisoners of war. Mitsubishi's apology may be purely a business decision to preempt a raft of lawsuits in China filed by victims or their families, and the Abe administration may have played a part as it seeks to mend frayed diplomatic ties with Beijing. Korean victims continue to be ignored, even though they suffered under the same horrendous working conditions in factories as the other victims. Educational reform is on the front burner in Japan these days. Universities are being pressured to revamp their curricula to lessen the number of liberal arts classes and strengthen the vocational and business-oriented programs. Japanese universities rely on the government for up to 70% of their revenue, while California Institute of Technology in the U.S. gets 56% of its revenue from research contracts with private companies. 2/3 of Japanese college students spend only 2 hours per week studying outside of class, and sleeping through lectures is common. As businesses become more global, companies are seeking workers with better social and organizational skills and the ability to work in teams. This means Japan's universities must work more closely with businesses to ensure their graduates are capable of handling the available jobs at Japanese and international companies. 1 in 7 Korean workers is paid the minimum wage or less, making it the worst offender in the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development for low pay. Considering that wages at Korea's larger companies are similar to employees' pay in other countries, the 14.7% receiving at or below minimum wage reflects the drastic difference between workers in high and low income brackets. One possible solution is to raise the minimum wage, as is being done in the U.S. and other countries. Korean workers are demanding a minimum wage of 10,000 won per hour from today's 5,210 won per hour. In the near future, Korean consumers will be able to make purchases by simply peering into a lens. Banks will register your iris pattern and share that information with the Korea Financial Telecommunications and Clearing Institute. Then when you go shopping, simply look into a gadget made by iRents or a startup company specializing in eye recognition security systems, or a similar device. The money will automatically be transferred from your account to the store's account. With today's identity theft problem, many financial institutions are keen to implement this kind of system. One such company is the Industrial Bank of Korea, which is keenly interested in launching an iris recognition payment system. For many years after its founding in 1950s, financial security was not a concern among North Korean citizens. The communist system provided for most daily needs, but in the 1990s, a devastating famine made it impossible for the central government to take care of everyone, so citizens had to start fending for themselves. A semi-market economy began operating, and about 3/4 of the population now depend on a capitalistic style of economy to make a living. This kind of commerce has improved the North's economy, but has also created an unregulated system of lending and currency exchange. Money lenders are engaged in funding farming activities, and even some government traders rely on these black market operations for operating funds. Confidence in the North Korean government has waned since a major currency revaluation in 2009. Pawn shops now do a lucrative business, and some defectors say that since 2011, the government is issuing credit cards, but most transactions are being done with US dollars or Chinese renminbi.